Hey everybody, what's happening? Welcome back to the Star Wars headquarters. Hope you're all doing good. We are back again with some Battlefront 2 news and discussion. We just found out that yes, we will be getting a community update video for the Republic Commandos and Felucia. And also, in case you missed it, we now know the exact release date for the September update, which of course will include the clone Commandos I mentioned, the new planet Felucia on capital supremacy, instant action mode, and then we cannot forget about the 4-player PvE co-op experience as well. So again, the September update is going to be huge. We're also going to talk about lightsaber combat and capital supremacy changes. I'm going to give my 2 cents on that as well. So let's dive into the news, shall we? Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe because we got a lot of stuff to cover, including Jedi Fallen Order news as well. We cannot forget about that. So let's jump to this from Reddit. This was posted by Ballistic End. They said, I wonder if we will get a trailer for Felucia and clone Commandos. And the community manager Forge responded and said, we're looking at a community update video. Yes. So this is very important because when they make these community update videos, it brings new players into Battlefront 2, and then for those players that may have left for some reason, it brings them back into Battlefront 2. So I'm really excited that they are continuing these community update videos. I think they are super important for the game, and I hope they do even more marketing for Battlefront 2, especially since, you know, they're updating it so much. And the only disappointment that I've seen in the past has been with Gamescom and EA Play. They didn't really have a show floor presence there, from what I understand, where people could actually play the latest updates on the show floor. So I hope, you know, in the future, Battlefront 2 gets some show floor exposure because it really needs it. It needs that big show floor exposure. Now, I know Dennis did some interviews as well, but I don't think they did a proper, again, show floor presentation at EA Play. So that would be cool to see. But at least they are doing a community update video for their upcoming September update. Now, let's talk about that release date. In case you missed it, Simon asked, when is the Commando being released again? I'm sorry, is it the middle of the month? And Ben responded and said September 25th. So that's going to include everything I mentioned before that will be coming on September 25th. The Clone Commando, Felucia, instant action mode, and 4-player PvE co-op. I'm asked that question all the time during my streams on Facebook, and it's really exciting to finally have an answer of when the update is coming. And by the way, if you have not joined our Facebook streams, you've got to join them at facebook.com/StarWarsHQ. We got an awesome community over there. We have tons of fun playing, and you can join in on the games as well. Right here, we're kicking butt in Heroes versus Villains, as you can see, having a blast. Now, let's talk about the September calendar. So what is today? Today is September 10th, and we don't even have a September calendar yet. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but Kevin responded about this, who's the community specialist. He said, we're looking to get this out as soon as we can. No definitives to share at the moment, but we're working at it. Sorry on the delay this month. And what a delay it is. I mean, again, it's already September 10th. I'm not sure why the community calendar is that delayed. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. I believe in August they actually released the community calendar on August 1st, if I'm not mistaken. I think they hit it right on the head with the August community calendar. But this month, for some reason, something's happened with the community calendar. It's disappeared or it's gone missing. I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it, but hopefully they get it out, in the next day or two, because honestly, I was expecting the community calendar to release yesterday on Monday. So I don't know what's going on, but we'll see what happens with that. Now, there are some changes coming to, or changes that have already been made to the capital ship phase. So Forge said, we're making a change to the health of the Dreadnought's final objective in capital supremacy. We'll be lowering it from 15k down to 12k. He said this change will begin to propagate throughout our servers within the next 15 minutes. He posted this a couple days ago, so of course this change has already happened in Capital Supremacy, but I did want to give my 2 cents on this because I have a problem with this whole change they've made to Capital Supremacy with the ship phase where you board the ships. I find it odd that they decided to change it from 2 reactors that you have to destroy to 1 reactor. Now, I don't mind it that you actually have to physically aim at the reactor and shoot it. I actually do like that part, but I don't like how all the 40 players are now funneled in to 1 reactor. So I think what they should do is they should bring it back to 2 reactors. Then they should lower the health even more of these reactors to make sure, of course, the game time does not go on for too long and give the attackers the edge. Because I think the attackers, personally, they should always have the edge and the advantage when they board the capital ship, because that should be their reward for winning the ground phase. And it should be very difficult for the defenders to win that part of the battle, because honestly, the capital ship part is the last stand. It's the area where the defenders are absolutely desperate, and they really shouldn't have any type of advantage. And right now, even as it is, the Separatists as defenders definitely have an advantage, because the target area of that reactor is so small that you actually have to enter the room to even damage it, which is very strange to me because, again, everyone's funneling in there, and it kind of reminds me of Theed's Galactic Assault map. I cannot stand the last objective in the Palace Room where all 40 players merge and, have to battle out in that Palace Room. It's way too chaotic. It's too many players, and the match can go on and on forever. So, again, I think the idea, put it back to 2 objectives to fight over, 2 different reactors to fight over at the end, and then lower their health, and then make sure that the Dreadnought's objective is a lot bigger, so that way the Republic can shoot the Dreadnought's reactor from the hallways instead of having to go into that room to make a difference and damage that reactor. But let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments about Capital Supremacy. I did want to give my 2 cents on it, and really get my voice heard about that, because I've been playing tons of Capital Supremacy. It is still my favorite mode in Battlefront 2, but I really am not a fan of what they've done with that capital ship part in there. I don't know what you all think about it, but let me know what you think. They've also, by the way, lowered the respawn timer for Capital Supremacy as well, down to 7 seconds, which I think is good because it makes it more action-packed and you're able to get back into the battle. So at least that's a positive change, but hopefully they revert it back to where the boarding of the ships part has 2 reactors that you fight over at the beginning. Now also, there's been a lot of talk about loot box controversy and microtransactions with Battlefront 2, and this all started with David Rudder overseeing DICE. Now, this was posted by Hazard, who said, FIFA boss David Rudder to oversee DICE in new role, Star Wars Battlefront 2 dead in the water? ? And thankfully, DICE did respond about this. Forge did respond and said, we aren't dead in the water. David has been working with DICE for a while now, before we announced the content through the rest of 2019, which he's a supporter of. He then continued and said, no, actually, we've had the loot box conversation multiple times before, so not going to do so again. A lesson learned is a lesson earned, as the Clone Wars states. So that's good news. So they're basically saying, we've learned our lesson, we're not going to repeat it again, and I do not believe they're going to repeat the same mistake twice at this point. They made a huge mistake, of course, with the launch of Battlefront 2, and I do not see them making that same mistake twice. So just because David is overseeing in a new role, it doesn't mean we're going to all of a sudden see a bunch of loot boxes and microtransactions come into the game. At least that's what I'm hoping does not happen. That's what they're telling us, so, that's good news. So I want to clear that up because there's been a lot of stuff going around the community concerning that. So that does it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed the video, we're back with Battlefront 2 news. We're going to be keeping track of the community calendar when that arrives, and so much more. So keep it right here at the Star Wars headquarters. I will see you all later, and may the Force be with you always.
Wow.